Welcome back. This week some patch panels get welded into the 48 Chevy SEMA build, and I picked up a dual sport recently that needs a little bit of work, and we'll see how that goes. Thanks for tuning in.
This is a dual sport that I bought from a gentleman recently who had stopped riding it because it wasn't running correctly. We'll see if we can get this thing straightened out. We're going to begin by removing the carburetor to clean it. So the seat and the fuel tank have to come off first. The most difficult part of the job is removing the enrichment circuit pintle. The first step here is to remove the float bowl. Then the slide and main needle are removed. I lost the footage of the pilot jet being cleaned. That was the problem. It was clogged, so once we got it cleaned out, I'm sure that's going to fix our problem. So now it just goes back together. Here he's putting the float and float needle into position. Here he's checking the float height. Now the float bolt can go back on and we can install the carburetor back on the bike. The new battery is installed and it's ready for a test ride. We're using the bike also as an opportunity to get Eric prepared for nationals.
So he's zeroing the needle first. He's going to rotate the wheel 360 degrees, reading the deflection. Now he's starting at the valve stem. That gives him a starting and a finishing point, so he doesn't have to mark the tire or the wheel. About 3 thousandths deflection so far. It goes back the other way about 1. So we're probably looking at about 4 or 5 thousandths of an inch of lateral run out on this wheel, which I'm sure is well within the specification.
I'm here at Oarsman Ford with Mr. Tom Miller and one of my graduating seniors, Evan Bell, who is about to come to work for Mr. Miller here at Oarsman. The story about Evan is that he has been deaf since birth, but this is a very hard-working young man. He did excellent in my program, and I'm very appreciative for Mr. Miller of hiring this young man to work in his dealership. Mr. Miller, how do you feel about bringing on this young man?
I'm excited. He's been a great student from what I understand, and we're looking forward to seeing some real growth out of him.
Great, fantastic. Evan, how are you feeling about coming to work here in a dealership where you're actually going to get paid this time and working?
Yeah, I'm thrilled to work here. I'm eager to start and look forward to working with my team.
Fantastic. I know he's going to do a great job for Mr. Miller, and he's going to learn a lot in the process. Thank you, guys.
Here we begin the repair of one of the sill plates by removing the rusted area. The tape is used as a guide to show the students where to cut. Here we're using a piece of an old metal shelf to make our repair patch. Next we clean up all the edges to get them ready to be welded. There was rust in both of the A-pillars that needed to be repaired as well. It's welded in place and ground down. It's now ready for body filler. Once this is finished, primed over, and undercoated, we'll never have to worry about this repair again.
Students did a really good job of getting those pieces cut out, the patches made and welded in, and finished off with a little bit of body filler. Pretty soon we'll be ready to undercoat this portion of it right before we get the body primed. For this being finals week, not much work was done on the Foxbody, but they did get the harness cleaned up and routed, and we're that much closer to getting the powertrain put back in it.
Next time on Bulldog Builds.
Next week we'll be coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia, where the owner of this bike, Eric Suazo, and recent graduate, will be competing at the national level in the motorcycle technology competition.